all. We're not paying attention to our biggest global adversary, China. China is loving all of this. They're on the sidelines, plotting our demise. Last night, China sent dozens of warplanes into Taiwanese airspace. They're antagonizing us. China knows if it sparks a war with Taiwan, America is in a weak position and will be reluctant to engage in 3 proxy wars. Biden's response is to brag about how we have even more and bigger nukes, bringing us even closer to the brink of World War III, which would be catastrophic, not just for America, but for the world. We're trapped in a strategic disaster, and the war machine is revving up. Where are our international strategic thinkers and diplomats before it's too late? Gordon Chang is a senior fellow at the Gatestone Institute and the author of The Coming Collapse of China. Gordon, thank you for joining us tonight. Let's just get right to it. How dangerous is this moment that we're living in right now?
This is an extremely dangerous moment, Rachel. You know, we talk about World War III. We could very well be in it, because if we go back to the 1930s, there were separate wars that eventually merged into the Second World War. We're seeing the same thing now, because China in proxy wars is going after the United States and our friends and allies. And as you point out, they could very well start something in East Asia as well. Remember, we have got wars or chaos in Europe, in Africa, and in Asia, the Middle East. And so this can spread, and it probably will spread, because Biden has shown weakness.
Yeah, I mean, that's not counting Latin America. They're in our hemisphere making massive advances. I mean, the war in Ukraine, to me, Gordon, seemed very predictable that it would bring Russia and China closer together. And now we know that because of oil and the energy situation, now Iran is closer than they've ever been to China as well. What do these new alliances mean for America? What can we do, and how would you advise our leaders at this moment?
Yeah, this alliance, which is backed by by China, and it has Russia, Iran, North Korea, perhaps Algeria in it. This has been in existence for some time. And unfortunately, we have a political establishment in Washington that has refused to acknowledge what's going on. I think the way that you deal with this is you have a victory. You do that, you stop essentially China from creating this aura of invincibility. China is trying to encircle the United States with these proxy wars. And this is sort of goes back to Mao Zedong. Xi Jinping, the current ruler of China, is a Mao admirer, and he's taking a page out of Mao's playbook. We know how to deal with this. We've done it before. We can do it again, except that Biden right now is failing to understand the gravity of the situation and is failing to understand how to deal with this.
Are you saying victory in Ukraine? Really quick, I have just a couple seconds left.
Yeah, Ukraine is important because if we allow Russia to take Ukraine, then Russia can divert those resources that would use in Ukraine against, for instance, Japan, because Russia has made it very clear it wants the northern Japanese islands. And it gives China this sense that they are inevitable. They're not, but we can't let them create that impression.
Well, it looks like we're losing in Ukraine right now. Gordon Chang, I wish you were advising the Biden administration right now. Maybe not on Ukraine, but certainly on the threat of China, which you have been prescient on. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Rachel.
You got it.